Welcome to another episode of the Peak Potential Success Show. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today, I have a spectacular guest. This is somebody I saw at a conference a year ago. And this is a person who, everywhere you look, he's there. He's always wowing somebody. He's always making people happy. He is electrifying. He's making people dance. He's making people happy and jumping out of the comfort zones. And he is somebody that I absolutely wanted to meet and see and talk to. And sure enough, we connected there and kind of built that relationship throughout the next few months and over the year. And we have him here today. He is a person who's able to find your wow factor. He is a 7-time world champion ballroom dancer. He's an Olympic choreographer. He is a professional motivation speaker and also a top-notch dance and business coach and has clients all over the world. So please welcome the world-renowned performer, a branding specialist, a person who will always wow anyone, and a man of absolute style. Please welcome Mr. Louis Barr.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you, Fong. Fantastic. Your energy, your energy is pretty spectacular too. So I'm very, very honored to be as your host right there.
Awesome. Thank you very much for being here. It's a lot of fun, and I know you're all the way from Vegas. So thank you for making the time and sharing us some of your skill sets and also your stories here. So for people who are listening, give us a little bit of a history of what you were, what you did, and how you became a business coach and a business specialist. And then also, what are you absolutely passionate about right now?
Well, the thing is, I started my life, I was a very, very, very shy kid. So I was able to do nothing. And until 12 years old, I had no friends, no grade in school, nothing. I was thick like this, it was really bad. And a coach in ice skating find me on the ice and they say, you have potential, buddy, and I want to take care of you. And so he did everything for me for 1 year for free. He talked to my parents and he said, you kids has possibility. I want to take it under my wing. And he did this. And it was not that happened in 1973. And he was the world champion in 1969. So that was a very high guy. And he basically taught me the basic, what it is about life, that whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. Don't worry about what the other people think. Just go in front of the people and skate. After 6 months, I was doing the first jump of the world championship. And the things that I learned right away is that if you work hard, you're going to make it. There's no question about it. And I think that's for whatever it is. Maybe there's a variations in different countries, but for sure, in America, it was the case. I was in France on that time because I'm born in France, but that's what happened. And so I became a part of the national team in 1980 for the Olympic team. And after that, I moved in America in 1991. So it's going to be 30 years this year, actually, which is pretty amazing, And I moved in United States and I started teaching ballroom dancing. And I discovered this word fascinated in America because that's what we call pro-am, professional amateur. And I was already doing a lot of different speech about how to get out of this shyness and how to present yourself, And also I'm very, very into children, because I believe that those children needs help and they need positive influence, because a lot of time they go in school and they bullied or so I've been doing speech in school for years and years, probably for 40 years, to explain to the children that you can make your dream come true. You just work on what you believe, get out of your comfort zone, leave behind this phone and just start to go in the street or do some sport and anything, And so that's really one of the big venues for me to try to help the children. But of course, when you become a ballroom coach and you start to get some very high results, you have a lot of adults who wants to work with you because they want to be able to part of your success and share with you. So I was very lucky to have an extraordinary wife who was world champion with me. And so what we did is we opened a studio in Kansas. We opened a school that we kept open for 20 years. And we help a lot of teenagers to get out of drugs, alcohol. You see, we always believed, and that's really the way we got married together. It's that we were already helping. She's a doctor. My wife is a doctor, a dancer, a renowned author as well. And she said, we want to get married with the sign of helping people on a bigger scale. Mm-hmm. And this is what we did. We decided to do so. We realized that a lot of people in business has a problem of organization. This is incredible. And the things what makes a big difference also, it's I call that the link. Some people say you need to use a different word. The link between ideas. So basically the liaison between ideas. You have so many people, they take an idea, they take another idea, and they just throw that everywhere, all over the place. But if you link your idea for whatever the program or the course that you will present or what correctly, it's so easy because you start from the point A and you follow the path so well that is going to bring you to the Z with no stressed out, because it makes a logic to go this way. But unfortunately, too many things that I see works this way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I specialize, and with my wife, we specialize in that by creating this concept, wow anyone, this company, wow anyone, and we help a lot of people to change their image, to create a better image, to understand that the way you present yourself is so important, because it doesn't matter. We don't judge the book by its cover. I don't understand why this expression exists, because that's exactly what we do. You know, that's what everybody does, yeah. You know, and even if you don't want to, you still have something in your head by looking at the person and they say, all right, interesting, you know, or you're going to say, whoa, I want to know who that person is, you know. I mean, this is fun. That's the reason we met each other. Yeah. Because I saw you were always dressed up, extremely dressed up as well. And that's important. The people think that they can go to a meeting, above all now with Zoom, that the people do that in our bedroom, you know, with all the mess behind them and everything, you know. I look at this and I say, people just present yourself a little bit better. This is the way right now. This is the norm to present yourself, you know. I mean, every single, I checked on you as well on Facebook, and all the different things that you do are phenomenal, my friend. You're a very active person. You see how we talk to each other, and you already have an empty room, which is probably going to be filled up really quickly with other people who wants to listen to you.
I'm waiting for you to fill this space up.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can do that together. You know, I think that'll be fantastic, and I think we can do that. There's no question about it. So, becoming the top coach in America in 2014, 15, 16 did something enormous, very, very big for me, because I became the leader of all the dancing coach in America. And I wanted really to use that as a driving force to define humility, power, positiveness, and everything, rather than just walk around, you know, and they say, I'm the guy now, you know. I know. And I always try to look for the young teacher who was entering the circuit and becoming, start competing, to always looking at them and I say, hey guys, this is a fantastic words. And in business, the same way. I'm going to help you to open your studio if you have trouble right there. I'm going to help you for other things, you know. But so we really worked on the why factor, and so many people don't understand that. And this is what exists in the media every day. When you look on Facebook, when you look on anything, you're not going to look at the people who just look blah, who look like everybody else. Mm-hmm. The person you're going to say, whoa, what is this? Unfortunately, sometimes it's going to be a wow factor because tattoo all over the body, or because of an action and everything. But on the dictionary, wow is a positive statement, is not a negative statement. Wow is, wow, that's amazing. This is what it is. This is a positive statement. And so if you consider that, you can absolutely create so much more connection. I explained to the people that the important, when you are going to a place where, when we met each other, there was 2,500 people. Mm-hmm. And how do you need to stand out of that crowd. Otherwise, the people are not going to see you. And if you already dress up, carry your head straighter, you know, and you're confident, you smile a lot, you know.
Mhm.
Well, what's going to happen is people going to want to know, because you're going to attract people like this, and they want to know who you are. So they're the one who approach you. 50% of the work is already done because they want to know who you are. So you're going to have to say who you are. But you know what I'm saying? But if you have to enter in a conversation, this is going to be different. You're going to say, hey, very nice to meet you. Who are you guys? My name is Louis Barr, you know, and everything. It's a different thing. But when they want to know you, they already put you on a very good level.
Mhm.
And this is your place to present you humble, but with what you did, what you accomplished. And right away, the people are gonna appreciate that, because you don't try to impress them with anything. You just tell them who you are, and right away, pop, you ask them, so what about you? You know what I'm saying? But you know all this because you are exceptionally good at it.
No, it was absolutely an honor to meet you, and watching you dance on stage was spectacular. And
Thank you.
I actually have to thank you very much, because you actually came over to me and said that I had good stage presence, and that's not
Yes.
something that most people tell me about, and not something a former engineer would hear a lot from other people as well. So thank you very much for that.
You know, I have an idea. The next time you'll sing Sway, because I saw you doing
I'm
that.
watching.
Yes, and of course I watched you, and we'll dance with Laura when you're singing Sway. You know, I mean,
Sounds
we
good.
can create a number together.
Sounds absolutely wonderful. Now, when I talk to a lot of people, when they're and they have that big energy, they're there to jump out of they jumped out of their comfort zones, they do all this great stuff, and then it's usually them that tell me before they're actually a very shy person. Now, you're one of those people that I thought, no way, he must have been absolutely like out of the box, always dancing around and happy and electrifying from the very get-go. But you surprised me when you said you were very, very shy to begin with.
Oh yeah.
So thinking about wow is probably something that a shy person would never even think of. They would never even think of wearing the suits that you wear. And I've seen some of your suits. They're spectacular. So how do you go from a very, very shy person to a person who is as electrifying as you are right now?
Well, the first thing is I got very, 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 very blessed, because I had somebody who believed in me. So like I said, I was 12 years old. My father brought me this beautiful bike for Christmas. I didn't go out for a month because I was afraid that people were looking at me. It's to tell you how shy I was. It was so bad. Then I was not asking questions in school, so I was bad in school. I didn't have no friend. I was really very skinny. I mean, it was terrible. And we went on the ice, and this coach who was just showing to all of us to do something, and I'm doing it. And he looked at me and he said, wow, you're doing skating. You're skating already I said, no, that's my first day. I never skated before. And he said, really? And so here, watch this. He said, I want to talk to your parents. And he said, because I think you can do that at your sport. And I said, oh, no. I don't think I can do that. My parents don't have any money, you know, and everything. And right away, you know, so I pushed everything away. I have excuses. And that put me even shyer and shyer, you know? And so, he got the phone number from my teacher. And he said, listen, we need to give a chance to this young man because he has a possibilities. And he called my parents. And that night he said, I met your son today. I think he has a very high potential. I want to do everything for free for 1 year. I want to take him under my wing. So my mentality changed, because here what happened. I said, somebody believe in me. Somebody believe I can do something. I'm not going to disappoint that person. My parents believed in me. But that's my parents, you know, they just love me so dearly, you know, they're amazing parents. But he had somebody else really who was a caliber, because I knew exactly who he was. He was a world champion. His name was Alain Giletti, and he was a very, very high coach. And I said, somebody believe in me. I'm not going to disappoint that person. And so I worked very, very, very hard. We bring a point very, very important. It doesn't matter if you're shy, if you're not shy, if you have a lot of possibilities, you have a lot of ideas. You can reach a level. But in sports, every single Olympic champion have a personal coach. In business, if you want to be successful, every single extra successful people have a business, have a business partner, business coach. That's the way it works. It's normal. You know, we have something extraordinary. I remember before, you have to figure out how. It's not the way it works anymore. You have to figure who. It's not the how anymore. It's the who. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if I want to about investment real estate, I'm going to call Fong and I say, hey, Fong, I'm really interested to know what you're doing because I think it's not my best specialty, and I want to know what you have to say. And so I'm sure that you'll give me some extraordinary information, and you'll go side by side with me to guide me towards this. You know, and a lot of people don't understand that this is the problem. They don't invest it in a coach. Now, of course, you have to choose your coach with care. You have to be careful, but you have to learn in life how to follow your instinct, mm-hmm. and to follow. You know, I mean, you have some people, they don't talk too much, but they're very efficient. You have some people who talk a lot, who are very excited like me, you know, and sometimes sounds like I talk too much, you know. But when I'm starting to be in one-on-one with a person, they realize that my intention is to the roof. Mm-hmm. It's 150%. All the energy that I have, I'm going to give it to you, and I'm going to give it to make you successful. Mm-hmm. You see, and the witness that I have at that with people, my customers and everything that I started, and actually I started one in 2020 in February, and she became one of the leaders in France. Wow. And she, in the first place, she was not doing that good. Same thing, she has a shyness to talk. So I trained her on video. I did video for her, and I said, okay, I'm going to do that video. I'm going to be you. And so I did these kind of things, you know, and I set up different things at home, you know, and I said, there we go. Now that, and tell me what you do. And I saw her completely change and evolve this way, you know. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, when you're shy, it's like you're overweight. You need to still making the decision. What do you really want? Do you want to get out of this? Do you want to get out of this problem? If you want to get financially comfortable, it's still your decision. And I think that a lot of people say, oh, it's easy to say that. I say, no, it's not. It's just then you have to look, rather than, you know, too many people use that phone for unfortunately bad things. And I'm not going to mention any of them, but a lot of people know what I'm talking about, you know, you have so many information. You know, I'm a professional dancer. I travel all over the world, and I start to have a problem in my left hip. Well, what do you think I did? I study, and I went on the internet to study what can it be. If I have to have hip surgery, what do I have to do? Where do I have to do? It took me hours and hours in research, because the cool thing about YouTube or anything, you have a funnel of information. You have, let's say, 10 people will give you information. Out of these 10 people, you must have 2 or 3 who just thinks they know, but they know nothing. But at the end, you know what I'm saying? But at the end, and I'm very generous, but at the end, the fact is that when you feel that everybody is going to the information and they say, yes, apple cider vinegar is good for joint, and you have 80% of the people who say that, you say, okay, so that must be working. I need to go toward these things. You know what I'm saying? And so you listen to this, you know, and look, we met each other in a meeting. Was so interesting. I mean, all those incredible people were there, you know, and there was so many variations. Sport, Olympic champion, movie star, singer, billionaire, millionaire, coming from 87 different countries. How lucky we were to be in this room that day. Well, lucky? No, we were not lucky. We made the decision to be there. That you see what I'm saying? And I'm very, very, and that's the reason we're talking to each other today. And I think it's amazing. It's fantastic.
Absolutely a lot of fun. Now, for somebody who speaks all over the world, you perform all over the world, you obviously don't have stage fright now.
Yes.
But I'm going to take you back to that very first time you're on stage, and you're going to have all these eyes on you. What was that feeling like? And then how did you overcome that? I'll share a little quick story about myself. I was like, yes. I was shocked Like the very first time I was on stage and I was going to sing in front of people that I didn't know, it was very mechanical, right? Nothing came from inside, nothing came from emotions. It was just 1, 2, 3. Like it was very mechanical. I had a dance routine that was strictly memorized. You could tell it was memorized. It had no flow to it. So for me, it was one of those things. I rewatched myself and went, you know what? I really just have to switch on that mindset of just go with the flow. Forget about the memorization. Just do it, whatever you feel like. And then all of a sudden, it kind of looked better. It kind of looked more natural. But for yourself, take us back to that very first time. What was that like? And then your process of going through that hump.
Well, it's very interesting what you say, because for me, I was a little bit different. It was lucky because I was an ice skater. So I was performing in front of audiences. I was performing in a big ice rink. And you know, in a big ice rink, you're that big.
That's true.
You know, because you're alone on the ice and you have people all around you. So first of all, you cannot look down. You have to look up in order to skate for the people. So my posture was already an advantage for me because already I was looking stronger. Okay. So when I start talking in front of people the first time, it was in my language, in French. So I said it was not that difficult because I was talking about ice skating and about what I believe in ice skating. So that was a subject that I knew very well, and that was a subject that I knew that I was so passionate about. Then I didn't try to. I wrote some different things, but I didn't read anything because I let myself go with it. And I always say that if you do everything with your heart, you're not going to do anything wrong anymore. Mm-hmm. This is it. I teach that to my children at 12 years old, at 12 and 14 years, at 12 and 16, actually, they were. And I said, I'm going to teach you a very big lesson today, how to never be wrong anymore in your life. So they say, okay, Dad, we're listening. Okay, what is it that you're going to tell us? And I said, well, do everything with your heart, with the intention to do good things. And if you do something which doesn't work, it's a mistake. It's not wrong. It's a mistake. And there's a big difference, because if you look the word wrong on the dictionary, it's the intention to do something negative. Mm-hmm. And that was not your intention in the first place. So if you project only who you are, what you do, and what comes from your heart, and your intention to do good things for people, mm-hmm. you know, I think that a lot of people, they try too much to be somebody they are not, mm-hmm. which in reality, we all have at least something very strong in our heart to desire to help. I don't think the people realize that if you have a problem, I teach that a lot to people in competition. I say, when you're in competition, you start your feet start hurting because you dance so many dances and everything, you know. This is what you do. You go look around to see somebody with the feet hurt too, and you're going to encourage that person. And your feet problem is going to disappear. By helping somebody, you're going to see that your problem is going to disappear. Mm-hmm. Because it's going to naturally resolve your own problem, and you're going to feel so much better, because one stress you out right now, at least you find another pleasure to do something and you help somebody on the way. And trust me, it's going to come back to you. And that makes an incredible karma and circle will help you this way. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's so important to understand that helping people is major. So when I was on stage the first time, like I said, I was very lucky because I already performed on the ice. So I would say my first stage was on the ice. Mm-hmm. Now that day, I was shivering. I was just like crazy. Of all that, before you go on the ice, you're cold because the ice rink is cold. Yeah. So you have to, that's even worse. So you learn how to warm up completely different than the other athlete, because you have to be sure your body is really warm, you know? Mm-hmm. And when I came on the ice, you know, I skated and I just put everything that I have in my heart. And this is always what the people say about me. They said, it's so different. It's so him. You know, they didn't tell me sometimes that I was the best dancer, but I was me. That was not somebody else. Mm-hmm. Now, you don't like my style. I understand as a judge, but if you like my style, I'm going to be very blessed. See, here what is important to understand. When you are, and this is the reason we create WOW, and you're going to understand that very clearly. Usain Bolt, this fantastic runner,
Mhm.
This is his judge.
Mhm.
If he runs, even with running like this, if he runs faster than anybody else, he's going to run and he's going to win. When you are a ballroom dancer, you have to be sure that you have the best hairdo, you have the best presentation, you have the best posture, you have the best showmanship. You have to, and sometimes actually this is not really true. You don't need to have the best on every single thing. You need to have the best overall picture.
Mhm.
You have 9 judges. We're judging 200 couples. At the end, you're the one who's going to win. You win. That means that for all the couples who were there, we've been trying to work on all this. They convinced that you're the one who has the best overall picture. So you're really judged by human being. You have to do something very amazing to convince them. Mm-hmm. You have to work on every single detail. You know what I'm saying? So when we create Wow 21, that's what we explained to the people. He said, we're going to make you world champion in where you are, and not only just become a national champion. I always say that. I didn't become world champion because I wanted to be a national champion. Mm-hmm. I became national champion because I wanted to be a world champion. So the national champion was just a step to go to the next thing. It was not even difficult actually, because my goal was not to be national champion. It was to be world champion.
Yeah.
And it was just a step to go there.
Wow.
So I love what you say, because a lot of people are like you. But if they get the right coach and the right set of mind, it's amazing. And that's the reason then when I see you on stage, I can tell that you are not somebody who tried to be. You are yourself, Fong. And that's what I admire about you.
Wow. Thank you for that. Now, for somebody, you're in Vegas, and Vegas is a place of lots of wow, but it's also a place of lots of tourism, performances, and all that. Now, how did this whole COVID thing affect Vegas, and how did you kind of adjust it to this whole situation? Because it's very tough to be able to do what you do, especially in Vegas right now.
Well, the first thing is, I don't know if you saw the numbers, but actually Vegas is the city who is being hit the hardest. Is number 1 on the list, economic wise. And it's normal, I mean, the people, it's not time to go gamble. It's time to gamble with your life, to try to do as many things you can do rather than gamble your money for nothing. So it's been hit very, very, very hard. I always in my life, all the time, since I get out of that shyness, I always try to figure it out to pay back what I got that when I was 12 years old, because I believe that if I didn't get this man, I don't know what I will be today. If I didn't have this guy who saw me, if I didn't get that chance, I don't know what I will be today. Mm-hmm. And so I always try to look what exists around us. The people in the street, if they need some to eat, some money or whatever, I rarely give money. I go to McDonald's, to whatever, get sandwiches, get some water during summer, in Vegas. And I go around sometimes just to see what I can give that to those guys who are in the street, because I want to help. But I try to look on the economy of Vegas and I say, what can I do in Vegas to help? And so there are some different meetup, through the networking, different things, and so I go to this meeting. Of course, they're on Zoom, and try to see what I can do. I'm very protective about everything, and so I go rarely out. I mean, I go out a lot. I'm a motorcycle, so I go on my bike and I go for long runs and everything. But I don't expose myself too much. I wear my mask all the time when I go out, and I try to avoid if there is some big crowd to be there, because I don't think that's the right solution. But the thing is, for coronavirus, I can tell you something for sure that I believe from the start, and I got to prove about this, that it's not about be afraid of it. It's to be prepared for it. Mm-hmm. If you prepare to have it, you prepare, if you got it, you're going to rid of it extremely fast. And my son, who's 26 years old, at Christmas, we have no idea how that happened, but he got it. Mm-hmm. and he got coronavirus. He got fever. He lost his taste, and he was very, very exhausted. So we put him in a room for 24 hours. We were there for him and everything. But he's a young man who's very positive. He has an attitude to always want to help the people. He's work out almost every day. He eats very healthy. So I said, we'll see what happens. My wife is a doctor in acupuncture, so we combine all this. 24 hours later, he feels super good. He doesn't have any temperature and everything. 72 hours later, his test for coronavirus is negative.
Mm-hmm.
Now he lost his test for over a week, you know, but it was easy. And it was not that complicated. There are two doctors next to my house right now. There are two doctors. They told me, they said, Louis, you're never going to die of coronavirus. You take care of yourself. You're positive in life. You do all those things. There is no reason for this. You know, I mean, unfortunately, the people who go is because they have mental problem as well sometimes, because it's as big as as physical problem, and they just don't look at that straight in their eyes, and they say, yeah, you have problem, buddy. You need to, maybe you didn't know that, but you have, so that get bigger. You know, that's really what it is. You know, so we looked, and I turned that in energy, and in Vegas, and I said, what can I do to help? And so this is very interesting, because the law of attraction, you know, I mean, everybody talk about it, but almost the people don't apply it. I apply the law of attraction every day. And so what I said, I need to have an idea to help the Las Vegas, to help Las Vegas back in business. I mean, this is, I don't know what I can do, but I need to do something. I can help all kind of different people, but I need to see what I can do. And I received a phone call from Australia, from Scott Anthony. I'm sure you know him, you know, very nice guy. And he said, Louis, you need to check on this. This is amazing. And what it is the concept of negative ion and positive ion. And those products exist already, but none of the product exists where you create only negative ions. So I said, okay, I need to know what it is. So what do you think I did? I went to my telephone and I make some research. And after 3 or 4 hours, I realized that the problem is all those machines who exist, those air purifier and everything, they create negative ion and positive ion, which is create ozone, which is not good. This guy, we sell this new product who exists only for 2 years in Netherlands, create only negative ion, no positive ion, so no ozone. So I have to check that. And I said, how is it possible you're the only one in the world who can do that? He said, you know what? We've been working very hard. We're using some different system to go. So I made some research and I studied that, and I said, I like the idea. I think that's exactly what we need to do. And so it's supposed really, and we're supposed to get the answer in a couple of weeks about the FDA. But the FDA realized, and right now it seems very positive, to say, yes, it really killed in the air, the virus, and over 99%. I mean, you better believe it. And I'm going to have an appointment with the governor of Las Vegas, and I'm going to talk to them. I say, listen, guys, this is serious what we have right there. And you need to have a sticker on every single building who said, yes, I'm on I'm a negative ion system. You can come in my room. You'll be safe. You know, so we're really trying to be very, very active in Las Vegas to save. And this is a way for us to do that. I'm still helping people with business, with helping them, positiveness, also a lot of things, encouragement, you know, enthusiasm, you know, and tell them, and they say, just keep working. The world is in slow motion right now. If you keep working on the same speed, you're going to go faster than in the regular world. So you're going to be ahead of everybody else when the world's going to go back to normal.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Now, for somebody who is so involved with different businesses and also work with so many different people and also have a background of dancing and performing, how would you say that artistic mentality has translated into business success?
A choreography. Think about choreography. Every day I have to when I coach people in dancing, or when I was coaching, because right now I don't do that as much. In dancing, I had to create choreography for the people, for the dancers, to dance in competition and everything. So I had to create everything from scratch. I see what those people are, how they look together, how they match, how make sense. And a movement that I'm going to create it for that couple is going to be different than that couple. So when I do my business, when I help people in business, a lot of time I'm telling them, I say, I'm going to choreograph your business. Mm-hmm. I'm not. You see what I'm trying to say? I'm going to create an idea that you never see before. Those ideas going to create your wow factor. Mm-hmm. You know, and so I'm going to create it. Let me give you a movement, a backflip. A backflip, if you go on stage, Fong, right now, in front of 2,000, 2,500 people, and you do a backflip, the people are going to say, whoa, that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? You see that all over the internet. But those young people, that's what they do. That's their thing, you know, and everything. But you in suit and everything, you do a backflip. They're going to say, wow, where does that come from? You know? And they said, a backflip is a movement would just absolutely wow the people, mm-hmm. Right? I'll send you a picture of that. Actually, no, I don't think I have it on the brochure that I sent you, but I'll send you a picture. I think you'll like it very much. So a backflip. So what I try to do is this. I explain to the people that you cannot do only backflip in your choreography or in your business. Mm-hmm. You have to be sure that you keep the people safe to understand very easily. Put a backflip and safe again. Put another backflip and safe again. So you bring them in. So, you know, it's like a comedian, a comedy skit. You know, I did that for a long time, write comedy skit. And if you make joke after joke after joke after joke, the people didn't finish one understanding the joke, then they already get the note and they forget some. Yeah. So sometimes you just have to talk a little bit between, just to bring the people in, and bam, put another joke. And that's the same thing in business. I think that you cannot be wow all the time. First of all, because you can be tired too. You know, you have the right to because when we work as much as we work right now to try to help everybody, it takes some of our energy as well sometimes, you know. So you have to rest as well. But choreography, I put choreography in my business and I linked everything together. I put a backflip, smooth backflip, and I do the same thing in business. So I help by doing very precise organization. I'm so picky about this. I map everything, you know. I teach the PAR system: preparation, action, reaction. Mm-hmm. And I explained to the people, I said, this is the problem. The people don't spend 40% of the PAR on the P, preparation. They spend more of their time on the action. But if you actually, on the PAR system, using the 40% of your time on the P, when you are going for the action, probably the reaction going to be only 20% negative, 80% positive. And what you're going to have to do is to take what you got right there and starting over to go for a new PAR. And now you're going to do another preparation and you're going to do your action. And then this is the way you're going to grow. But if you throw yourself without preparation, it's never going to work. I mean, you're doing something incredible. I mean, the way you prepare to talk, you know, you saw those details and everything. And so we don't see you the same way. You know, I hear that every time that when I have some new customers, some new people who wants to talk to me, after 45 minutes, they're going to tell me, and they're going to say, I just want to tell you that right away, with the first time I saw you on the Zoom call, I say, oh, that's a different level right there, because I don't see that, you know. And when I say that, and I said, okay, I'm glad you say that. So what is it? They say, wow. I say, wow. I say, exactly. Wow. Wow anyone. That's what I do. And that's what I'll do for you. That's what I'll do for you. Mm-hmm. That means when we're going to see you right away the first time, we're going to say, oh, wow, this is, I like that. This is good. This is precise, you know?
Has there been any scenario where you go, I'm going to hang back a little and then I will surprise you? Because it sounds
yes.
It sounds like you shock them all right away. You give them a wow right away. That's your first impression. People go, wow, I want to know more about this person. But is there a scenario you go, you know what? In this meeting, I'm going to just sit back and watch for a moment, and then I'll shock them.
Well, this, you know, this is a very, very interesting question. This is the first time actually somebody asked me a question like this. As I give you the compliment, I don't try to be somebody I'm not. Mm-hmm. So I am not going to not be involved right away on the first place or not be prepared. I'll give you an example. If you call me and you said, Louis, can we see each other in 5 minutes? And I'm just getting out of my shower. I'm going to tell you, give me 7 minutes. And 7 minutes later, mm-hmm. I'll be looking exactly the way I look right now with different suit or whatever, you know. And because I have, everything is organized on the way. I have, for example, 3 or 4 suits were organized in a certain place of my closet, mm-hmm. with ties, shirt, and everything. And so I just have to jump in that suit, fix my hair, get ready to go. You know, yeah. my backdrop is always there anyway, you know, and I create those backdrop for people because the artificial backdrop that you have, it's really good. But a lot of people don't know how to use it properly, and sometimes the head disappear on the thing, you know, when you see that. I say, my friend, you need to learn how to use that better. You do that extremely well, so that's good. So I don't try, especially when I start a meeting or when I do something, to throw myself on the face of the people. Mm-hmm. I just want that they see right away who I am. I am like this. This is my style. I'm set up with the background. This setup for me, it means a lot to me because here the reason I pick up this side on my wall is because this is Venice, but this is Venice in Vegas. Yeah. And my lovely wife that I'm crazy in love with, we got married and did our honeymoon in Venice, and our favorite city to live in is Vegas. So it's the symbol of both in once. So that's the reason it's behind me. You know what I'm saying? So when I present myself, the people know, they have a first impression. Okay, this is this guy. Now, it doesn't matter how you present yourself. You still have to talk, and you have to be sure that you present yourself correctly. I mean, I see some people who dress up so badly and they are amazing speaker. And I saw the opposite too. People who dress up and when you ask them something, they have nothing in their head. And I said, oh my God. I mean, I understand the concept of presenting well, but I mean, he needs to understand more. He needs to know his subject better, yeah. Or go to a different subject, you know, and maybe look for something else. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But I try to be very, to train myself very hard for whatever I'm talking about, whatever I learn and whatever I do. So I would say the only time maybe that I will be, the people know me already, and I will be just working out like crazy because right now I'm working out like every day extremely hard because as you were on stage to sing, which I do that too actually in French, I'm going to try to do a topless pictures with my son because he's a fantastic photographer. Because in February 17, I'm going to turn 60, and I feel 40. So I'm working very hard to show and to motivate the people to believe that you turn 60 is just the start of life. It's not the end, the start of the end. No, that's actually you can really think that you can still create incredible stuff at 60. So I'm trying to be in extraordinary shape. It's very, 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 I mean, I'm already in good shape. I be very careful, but you know, Christmas and New Year's Eve passed by, you know, and I just I didn't care. I just wanted to have fun. I wanted to eat some good stuff. So, you know, I did this. And so now I have to organize all this, you know? So after a workout, somebody called me and they say, hey, can we talk in 5 minutes? And I say, I finished my workout. I'll be with you. Bear with me. I'm not going to be in suit because if you want to talk that fast, I never show myself like this, but I'll do it because I know you for a long time now. So you'll see a different side of me that you never see. And, you know, I mean, I'm in shape. So, I mean, it was looking clean still, you know, and I think that it's the same thing they knew from. When you create a habit, you don't even wonder what the people think. You know that you are yourself. Yeah. You know that every time you present yourself, it's always going to be the top. You don't, it's not that you want to lay back and things like this. Yes, actually, I would do that because I feel like, for example, I'm not sure I understand who the person is, what the person wants, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to present myself really quickly and I'm going to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen. Try to gather information to understand why that person talked to me. We don't match at all.
Yeah.
You know, and so by listening, I'll get, believe me, I can listen sometime and just zip it up.
Great. Our time has actually flown by, but I have a quick few other questions for you before I let you go. Now, if you have the opportunity to be on the world stage and speak to everyone at one time, what would that message be?
There are so many messages. So be yourself, look around, who needs help. Mm-hmm. And when you'll see this, you'll find your purpose on this planet.
Great. If somebody comes up to you and says, I don't know what my wow factor is, what's the first thing I need to do?
I would say, okay, well, I don't know you. So it's going to be very easy. I'm going to send you a questionnaire. Mm-hmm. And that questionnaire, you know, you'll see, it's not about trying to sell you something. That questionnaire is going to tell me exactly what you did, what are your weakness, what are your strength, what are your dream, what are your passion, what are your skill, what do you want to do, and what do you expect me eventually that I can help you with. Mm-hmm. And by knowing all this, I will now say, all right, this is what I can do for you. This is, and that happened before, I'm telling you the truth. Then I said, I don't think I'm the right guy for you. I don't think that I can respond to what you want. I had a person from France, a great lady. She was a young lady. She was 23 or 24. Fantastic. She was doing cartooning and she was doing design, you know, and even did a full book, you know, she wanted to help her with this, and I explained to her, and I said, you know, you're selling things so expensive right now. If you go to the internet, I can have a portrait of me talking on everything for $10. And so I said, this is what you need to do. You need to be sure this is where your wow factor is, because what you do is so interesting that you need to preach that to the children and do the education of the parents, how to help the parents to educate their children. Mm-hmm. And now you will get something, because the parents always want to know that, and the children are going to be interested. So if you can find a balance on this to interest the children and the parents in the same time, you'll rock and roll and you're going to be done. Mm-hmm. But she wanted so much to talk about. She had some personal issue, you know, and she wanted to put that in the message, you know, and everything. And I said, I can help you, but if you don't try this, you can do this part after you did this part.
Right.
Because if you do that part that I'm telling you, you're going to be after that showing another side of you who can be the number one side of you. But the number one side of you, because you're nobody, is not going to work. So it's you need to first dive on this. You're still showing your arts and your work and everything. And I bet people are going to say, she's amazing. She's doing so many to help. Mm-hmm. Then now you can show really the message that you want to present, you know, and whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to do her own stuff. And I said, I don't think I can help you. I'm sorry, you know. Mm-hmm. So this is what I'll do. That questionnaire, you know, if you want to, I'll send you the questionnaire.
Sure. I'll take a look at it and I'll put it up with the episode too.
Yes, because I'm sure you have one too, you know, and that question is really, it's very simple, and it's I think there's 8 or 7 or 9 questions, and it's really to understand who you are and see if I can do something for you, because I'm never going to tell you. I don't care how much you pay me. I'm never going to tell you I can help you if I don't feel that I'm the right person for you.
Right.
I never lie. My mom told me to never lie. I decided that I would never lie.
That's good advice.
Yes.
5 quick questions. Give me the first thing that comes to mind. If you could dance with anybody in the world, anybody, celebrity, whatever it is, who would you want to dance with?
Oh, well, unfortunately, the two men that I admire the most, Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire, are dead. So it will not be the case. Let me see if I see in dancing, huh? Well, I tell you what, I dance at the convention with somebody that I was so honored to dance with, and it was Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's more my dream will I tell you exactly. There we go. I got it. A lady, a very known star. I don't know anybody right now that I know like that. Always on the will be on the wheelchair,
Mm-hmm.
and show that even on a wheelchair you can become an amazing dancer. That's what I would.
Yeah, I saw that. That was very, very interesting.
Yeah,
well, you were dancing with Tracy that day too. Yeah, I saw that. It was very, very touching and very inspiring.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So you have these people in your living room right now, and they're hungry. What is your special dish that you could provide them or serve them?
The first thing that I will prepare, because it takes at least 45 minutes. It's yes, and this is just it's carrots and green beans. No, asparagus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, carrots, asparagus, cooked very slowly with coconut oil. And when you cover it, the mix of everything give you a flavor with absolutely out of this world. And so that will be my vegetable dish. The fish that I will do will be salmon, because I will do some salmon, and I will do it with turmeric,
mm-hmm.
cooked with mixed with a little bit of water, salt and pepper and lemon. And
mm-hmm.
so the mix of all that, with after that the vegetables, will create a dish, will make it so healthy and so tasty. It's just then the taste in the food will be just so wow. There's a lot of flavor in all this, and not only that, but also it's very, very, very healthy for you,
Sounds great. I would love to try that dish sometime. You're on the Amazing Race, and then all of a sudden, what task are you absolutely thrilled to do?
I'm in a race.
Well, there's going to be a race, and you have to do some kind of extreme sport or extreme action or something. Jumping out of an airplane or bungee, whatever it is. What's the extreme activity that you're thrilled to do?
I really want to do the jet under the feet in the water.
Oh,
I want to do that, and I want to do some backflip and all the stuff and everything. I was going to do that this year, and I got struck out and everything. But yeah, I want to do some of the stuff and really feel like it really works, and it really stay in balance, and feel like I'm flying over the water, by doing these kind of things. Yeah, that's the what I'm talking about, right? The pressure of the that would be my extreme sport that I want to do right now, big time.
Awesome. And my last question is, what is success like? But give me a number between 1 to 4.
Wonderful. 3.
1, 2, 3. So how is success like beach volleyball?
Beach volleyball?
Yeah. How is success like beach volleyball?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
How would you relate success like a beach volleyball?
Yeah. Interesting. Well, that's good. Well, beach volleyball, first of all, it's under the sun. So convenient, because the sun is certainly something right now in the pandemic was very important, because the sun killed the virus. So that's very good. But the beach has something so interesting, because the beach is not flat. So you have to work extra to be sure that you work on it. And you see those athletes who are so amazing, because they can still put speed on sand. I mean, that speed in a room, I mean, in a gym room, you know, in a real regular volleyball, will go 10 times faster.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter. Those guys can create its speed. So they show that it doesn't matter if you have something who's not convenient for your feet, or they still create speed. They still pick up some different balls like it's impossible to pick up and everything. And they're doing that sometime on a very hot sun. So I would say this, look at what those people do. They choose the sports where they're on the beach. Oh, I understand it's pretty cool to be on the sun, but the fact is, it's so much more physical, and they're going to push themselves harder in order to be able to do their sports and to have result with it. So they work with two problems: the high temperature, because there's no way. The high temperature, you need to drink. Otherwise, you do. I performed one day a full show under the sun, and that's the only time in my life that I passed out. I was just I went under the sun because I was in suit and everything, and I was dancing for the military people, and I did a swing. So I was doing backflip and all this stuff, and my body would give up because it was too hot, you know. So here, that's what I say. Those people just decided, dude, that sand is not a problem, sun is not a problem. I'm gonna absolutely, plus I'm gonna do that in a swimsuit. I mean, come on. You need to be confident by the way you look. You need to be strong by the way you can avoid and get some speed on sand.
Mhm.
And you can accept that during all that time, you don't have the air conditioning on you, you know, and still working on that. I applaud those people. I can tell you that.
Very well said and very well answered. Thank you very much for all your great stories and all your great insight. If anybody wants to get in touch with you and ask you how to wow them, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, the first thing is the www.wowanyone.com. You WOWANYONE, right? And I think that would be the first thing. You can find me, of course, on Facebook, right? Louis Barr. And eventually, if you have trouble, because sometimes you're not on my circle, you can put dancer next to it and you'll find me right away. That's another thing as well to do it. You can do info at Wow Anyone, but I think if you go to Wow Anyone, you'll find me very quickly, and you'll be able to contact with me to connect it with me, and I'll be delighted to help anybody who wants that we do something together.
Well, thank you very much again. I can't wait to see you perform again, and I can't wait to meet you in person again. It's gonna be a blast, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So for everybody out there, he is Louis Barr. My name is Fong Chua. Until next time. Today is the day to unlock your peak potential. We'll see you later.
You take care. Bye-bye.